play.
Yeah, that one will technically be an even strength goal because David Severson had just come out of the box, but it's at the tail end of a power play. Still that second power play unit personnel out there for the Rangers.
Yeah,
so the point still stands.
No, I was focused on the puck going in the net, Bill.
And now they got Michael McLeod going to town in the corner on Brandon Schneider.
Well, now you're going to see a little bit of this, I think. And Schneider's a pretty tough kid, and both guys swinging him, and McLeod landing a few, Schneider landing a few. This is a pretty spirited bout. Well, we know McLeod can handle himself, and Schneider can as well. There's a big right after a couple from Schneider. And the linesman just waiting for these two to wear themselves out, but this is a pretty good go from two guys that can handle themselves pretty well.
Michael McLeod trying to spark the Devils a bit here late. Game 2, still plenty more to come in this series. And this is about sending the message and maybe turning the tenor of the series a bit.
You try to find a spark any which way you can. Maybe not for this game, but moving forward, you just show, you know, you're not happy with the way things are going, and McLeod takes out Schneider. He accepts the challenge. McLeod, you know, doesn't jump him, doesn't get reckless, and both guys land some pretty good punches. Like I said, this is a good scrap. There's a right to the helmet. McLeod just misses with a big right. Love the slow motion you can really see. And there's a right to the side of McLeod's head by Schneider. McLeod has no helmet on, and now Schneider loses his. So,
Dana, while all this was going on, Kevin Ball was just escorted to the Devils locker room. He cross-checked Nico Mikkola from behind after the play, so Ball has been sent directly back to the locker room, and officials sorting through penalties now.
Yeah, they're trying to get things under control, but it's going to happen in the playoffs. Whether you're up or down, sometimes you have to answer the bell, and yeah, the Devils are frustrated, rightfully so, but you want to see some passion, emotion, and you're going to be down 2-0, and now you want to have a spark going in the next game, possibly, somehow.
Devils will have a planned practice tomorrow. Then Madison Square Garden Saturday night, 8 p.m. start. That game is exclusively on ABC, but we will have pre- and post-game coverage on MSGSN. So tune in 7:30 on MSGSN for the pregame coverage, and as soon as the game ends on ABC, come on back to MSGSN. We'll bring you post-game coverage as well. Then we're back for full coverage, Game 4 on Monday, and the Devils will need to win at least one at the Garden to bring us back here to the Rock on April 27th, next Thursday, for Game 5.
Now, let's face it, Bill. I mean, obviously, we talked about before the series, you don't know how much experience is going to mean something. It has in the first 2 games. Not to mention the New York Rangers experience. There's guys that have been big producers in the playoffs. Tarasenko, Patrick Kane, and the cast that's already been there for New York. Now the Devils have to navigate through this and find a way to win a game, because they know they're capable of it, and get to their speed game, get to the rush game. They've answered the bell physically, and they've got to be maybe more disciplined, certainly, to start next game. McLeod's going to the...
And Brendan Smith was just sent down the tunnel as well, so the Devils have theoretically lost 3 players down the tunnel to the dressing room since the McLeod-Schneider scrap. So things are looking a little light on Lindy Ruff's side. They still haven't announced the penalties, and you know it's a lot when you've got pen and paper out, and the officials writing things out right now on pen and paper to sort everything out.
I'm not sure why Brendan Smith, we didn't see. I was watching McLeod and Schneider go at it. Not sure.
Barclay Goodrow and Jimmy Vesey are now no longer on the Rangers bench either.
Well, they're really trying to keep things under control here.
Schneider's getting sent away as well.
But look, hey, these guys are playing hard. Maybe not the smartest at times. That's part of the learning for this Devils team. But they're showing they care right here. And look, they're frustrated. We're frustrated up here watching. But for me, the first 2 games, the Rangers played exceptionally well.
Yep.
Devils, I love the way they came out. They played hard. took a lead. We talked about the importance of the first goal. Couldn't get that second one to give them insurance. You take some careless penalties, and then you're in trouble.
All right, somehow out of all of that, 3 Devils players to the locker room, 3 Rangers players to the locker room. The